Hi, my name is Jade and this is Walk With Me. It's episode 2 of season 6 and I'm outside the Flinders Street train station to kick off this episode. What are we going to call it? I don't know. Let's call it Moist Meat Pie Madness. I don't know. Today's show's a little bit different. What we're going to do is I'm going to roam around the Melbourne CBD and I'm going to buy pies, meat pies. Do you know what a meat pie is? It's a pastry pie, yeah, full of meat and gravy. And I'm going to go around today and sample meat pies from all over the CBD. There are rules attached to this. It will be, they have to be plain meat pies, just beef and gravy in pastry. No mushroom, no added extra stuff like that, just meat pie. So we got one here from whatever that place was called. It was a really cheap looking place at the railway station. I'm going to go and sit down and tuck into this. I'm definitely not going to eat every one of them. Just going to have a few bites and then give it a score. And then we'll tally it all up at the end. You're going to hear the word moist a lot in this episode. So, you know, moist, 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 moist meat pies. Wonderful Melbourne trams flying by. So I'm going to take this pie, we're going to scooch over to the Yarra, I'm going to sit down and eat this, and then I'm going to try and maybe look for a new vehicle. All right, let's get on with today's show. Are you ready to oge? I'm ready to oge. Let's oge for some moist meat pies. Oge. So I'm heading down here. This is the Botanical Gardens, just so I can chill out, eat some food. But I'm going to eat this pie. We're going to try this pie out. And I might fly the drone around a little bit. So we're going to go down here. We've been here a bunch of times in previous videos. But I'm going to sit over here, this nice little grass patch here, and see what this first pie is like. Is it going to be moist enough? We don't know. This is the moistometer. I'm definitely going to try and have a little moistometer graphic that comes up. We're going to give it it's going to be a 0 to 10 out of moistness on the moistometer. That's how we're doing it. I'm making it up as we go. Let's go and chill over here in this beautiful, beautiful park. It's Oge. Okay, so here we are in this park. We've got our first pie. Now this is just bought from this really dodgy little pie shop at Flinders Street Station. They didn't even have a name. It was just like cake shop. I think that's what it was called. But I thought we'd start here with like a very basic railway station mince meat pie. So if you don't know what a pie is, if you're in the US, it's pastry. So you can see it here, and it is encased with meat, so beef and gravy. And taking a look at this, it doesn't look good. Look at that, it looks very bad. It doesn't look very moist at all. It looks very dry and shit. So let's give it a go. That tastes like a moist asshole. Oh, $6 this was, Australian. Probably worth $80 million now. And around the world, thanks to tariffs. This is awful. I have to at least take 3 bites. But very dry. Gravy's really not very nice. It's a very stock standard, boring, flavorless, not very seasoned, very good at all. There you go, there's the moistometer. One more. Yeah, that's gross. Really generic, no seasoning, just horrendous. $6 absolutely wasted. I wouldn't feed that to an enemy. Okay, is it gonna get you through if you're super hungry? Of course it is. So would eating your own shit if you were really desperate. So there's that. Thankfully I got some water to wash it down with. So I think from here what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some sunscreen on, chill out for a little bit, maybe try and fly the drone over the river. And then I'm gonna be jumping in a Uber. I know you're thinking, what, walk with me, what's going on? Because I've got to get to across the other side of town fairly quickly because I'm looking for a bike. And there's a bike store out in South Melbourne. And I want to see if I can go have a look while it's early because it's just hit midday. Remember, it's daylight savings here, so there's not as much sunlight as late. So I really have to get as much done as I can the next four and a half hours before getting out of here and it gets dark, yeah, because daylight savings time. So I'm gonna fly the drone around a little bit. We're gonna jump in an Uber, see if we can find a bike for the future Bike With Me episodes. Let's ouge. So here we are walking back onto St Kilda Road or City Road, whatever you want to call it, right outside the Art Centre spire there. And I'm going to try and get an Uber from here. I don't think I gave that pie a score, did I, out of 10 on the old Moistes meter? 2 out of 10. And there is the Art Centre. Beautiful. So I'm going to see if I can get a Uber. Let's see if we can get into South Melbourne. Let's ouge. So you should be able to see, yes, it's that time of the year, the leaves are falling from the trees. It's autumn. There you go, there's a leaf just falling down there. So lots of leaves falling. We're gonna sit over here and try and get an Uber in the shade and go look at some bikes. Let's do it. All right, so I'm just leaving 99 Bikes here in South Melbourne, and yes, I got myself a new bike for Walk With Me, so it's all happening, folks. You'll see it a little bit later. I've already paid for it. Well, when I say paid for it, it's gone on Afterpay, so I'll be paying it off for the next 8 weeks. It wasn't cheap. It hurt a lot, but it's all for the channel, so there we go. $400 later, ouch. So I'm here in South Melbourne. I'm going to try and find my way back to the city. We're going to go get some pies. Let's ouge! So I'm just going to wait here and get a tram, and this will get me back into the city. All right, let's do it. So right now I'm out front of Southern Cross Railway Station up the bottom end of the city, and I'm going to head over here. This is Collins Street. I'm going to head up Collins Street and just walk all the way up, because I know there's a heap of bakeries along the way, and then we'll probably come back down Burt Street, which is just over here, because I know there's a heap of bakeries along there. No rhyme or reason. We just got to keep walking until we find a bakery. Let's ooch. So this is actually called Bread Top. I've taken you here before. They don't actually have pies in here as such, but they have these really weird, light, fluffy pastries. They don't do pies, unfortunately, so I can't really go in there to get a pie, but I think there might be a place over the road here, so we're just going to have a quick look. Let's ooch. So right behind me you can see there's a bakery, Benny's Bakery and Cafe. Now I went in there and had a look. They only had 3 pies left, and it looked like they'd been sitting in that warmer for a little while. So you know what? Ain't no way I'm putting that shit in my fucking mouth. There's no way. We're looking for, wow, look how bright that is. Man, we're looking for bright. We're looking for pies that are moist and delicious and full of moistness, not dry and gross. So let's continue the search. So this could turn out to be an absolute debacle, this episode, because, as I said, I've got a few ideas where places are, but they're just memories. I'm old, so memories don't really work that well. So why am I rating pies today anyway? Well, because I wanted to do a walk with me so I could put the word moist into the episode, because it seems to upset a whole bunch of people. I don't know why, it's just a word, really. Moist. So I decided, why don't we try and find Melbourne's most moist pies? And that's how it all came about. I'm scanning constantly while I'm walking for a bakery, because they are littered all the way around the city. So let's continue the search. Okay, so I'm out the front of Kenny's Bakery and Cafe. And I've got a meat pie. I'm going to sit down somewhere away from everybody. I'm going to do a bit of Enos, a bit of Spanos. And maybe head down this laneway over here and sit down. Let's do that. So here I am in the city, just off a little laneway here. We've got our second pie. This is from Kenny's Bakery and Cafe. $6.50 for a plain steak meat pie. Looks pretty boring, yeah, so it looks pretty standard, nothing super over the top. It's really hot, it feels hot. That's a good thing, because around like it's 1 p.m. in the afternoon, things get a little bit cold. They've been in the warmers for a while. Let's give it a taste. We're going to test the moistness of this pie. It's not very moist. So, not a lot of filling, really measly, and really dry. Really dry. Look at that. Not very moist at all. Right, really dry. 3 bites. No flavour, no seasoning, no salt, no pepper, very bland. This is even worse than the one I got from the train station. This is fucking vile. Look at the meat in there. Look at that. It's horrendous. It's really gross. That's worse than the original pie I had at Flinders Street Station. I'm going to give that a 1 out of 10 on the moist meat pie scale. That's Oge. Well, that was absolutely fucking disgusting. I needed to drink half a bottle of water to get that taste out of my mouth. We've got another one here. This is another bakery. This is the In Lee Bakery. Let's have a look at their pies if they've got them. Wow, I didn't grab one from in there because guess what it looked like? It was the exact same pies. And they looked really cold. So this is the thing about pies, yeah, about meat pies. Sometimes you'll just find a place that has the most gun meat pies. Seriously, motherfucking rad pies. And other times, a lot of fucking gross stuff, yeah? It's luck of the draw. And that's it. I'll tell you a little story about 4 in 20 soon, because we're going to get a 4 in 20. We have to get a 4 in 20 pie. They're the worst pies ever made. They're fucking disgusting. And for some reason, some people eat them. And I'm going to try as well. So let's urge. And I've just taken a turn off Collins Street and we're heading now down Elizabeth Street here, down to where Flinders Street is. Because there's a whole bunch of eateries down here, like KFC, McDonald's, all that kind of places. And who knows, there could be a pie shop. So let's take a risk and see if we can find one. Let's Oge. Again, this is the Bread Top chain. So they look like a bakery, but they just don't have pies, yeah? So no luck there. We'll just keep Oging. And I'm outside the joint. This is where Coldacre took us to go for a drink, and they're the bloody escalators. Poor old Brad had to go up. What a fucking nightmare that was for Brad. Anyway, so we're going to go up along here, see if there's any pies, and then we'll double back along this side and then head down Flinders Street Lane, because I'm pretty sure there's a few pastisseries down there. Let's Oge. So basically I'm trying to find a bakery along here. This is De Graves. Taken down here quite a few times in the past. We've got all these restaurants, hidden lanes. So this is all in the laneways of Melbourne. Balcony Boys, Belgian waffles. I don't see any pies down here. Well, let's see what we can find. So it seems that the biggest problem I'm going to face today as I'm heading up back on Collins Street is that it's past 2 p.m. and a lot of these bakeries close by 3. So I may miss out on a lot of them. That's going to suck. And this whole episode could be fucked. This is what happens when you play it by ear. All right, let's keep heading up here. This is the Her Majesty's Theatre. What a beautiful theatre, huh? Look at that. Well, the Regent Theatre, sorry. Wow. And across the ways, over here, this is where Hedwig and the Angry Inch is going to be playing. This is the Athenaeum Theatre. Melbourne Town Hall. Look at that building up there. How beautiful is it? Amazing. All right, let's Oge. You've got to admit the architecture along here in Collins Street is just beautiful. as you can see, coffee is popular every minute of the day. Coffee, coffee, coffee. We love coffee here in Melbourne. It's just a thing. It is the thing. Melbourne is renowned for having the best coffee, probably the most expensive. Now I've been told there's a pie shop down here, so we're going to try and find it. Okay, so I just stopped and got a pie from this little Amy, I think it's called. I think that's what it's called. And I'm going to find somewhere to sit. In fact, over here looks really good because it's in the shade. I can't smoke here, but I can put the camera down. No vaping here. So they didn't have any full-size pies. That's the disappointing thing. Let me bring this up here. So we're at face height. We're all good. Hi, you're all going well? So they didn't have any full-size pies, so I got a little one. I got a little mini pie. And this will give us a good representation on if it's moist or not. Looks a little bit dry there. It's moist. But again, really anemic and really flavorless. Man, that's another shit pie. That's 3 pies we've had here in the city, and they've all been shit. So I can't even eat that. Look how small it is. It's gross. The Moistometer, you know what? I'm giving it a 2 out of 10 on the old Moistometer, Moistomatic meter, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's keep looking around. Let's orange. So I'm currently now back on, well, for the first time I'm on Burke Street today and heading down to Elizabeth down here. And so far, so bad. That last little pie only cost me $2.50. Thank fuck, because if I'd have bought a whole one for $7, that would have sucked. So yeah, are you enjoying the content today? Do the like, do the subscribe, send a super chat or anything like that to help pay for this stupid episode of me going and trying all this food that's shit. I'm just wasting money at this point. So we're here at Russell Street. There's a McDonald's, that looks good. We're gonna head down this way, I think. There's more food and stuff down that way. And head down to like the Victoria markets, see what we can find. Let's Oj. So I've basically caught a tram back to the original train station that we came from, which was Southern Cross. And now we're at this Collins Square. And apparently this place has an amazing pie shop. So I've had to do a bit of wangling to get around to find something. Hopefully we can find a pie that tastes okay. Let's Oj. Come get your pie on. So I'm here outside of Pure Pies, and this was $13, so double the price of every other pie we've tried today. Let's find somewhere to sit and try this thing. Let's Oj. So here we are sitting down outside of Pure Pie, branding everything. Let's have a look at this thing. Oh my Lord, look at that. Wow, there you go, look at that. That is a pie right there. You see that? And it's really, really hot, man. It's really, really hot. So I think I'm gonna let it cool for a sec and then we're gonna give it a try. While I'm waiting for it to cool, let's talk about some things. So here we are, this is episode 2. Episode 1 was pretty hardcore, yeah, because Brad was here, I'd filmed it over 3 weeks. It was a lot of work. And a lot of work to not only record all of that, but keep Brad entertained and keep the channel going. And you know what? I didn't do all of it well. I just didn't do all of it well. We got heaps done with Brad here, so we had heaps of fun, so that's cool. We got the Walk With Me episode out and finished, so that's cool. It's just, I fell behind with my YouTube channel heaps with app demo reviews and all that kind of stuff. So the last few weeks I've been desperately not trying to overwork and get everything caught up, but just slowly get a little bit more done each week till we get back to the point I was at before Brad got here. So there's that. It's been a bit of a struggle, I have to admit. I haven't been well at all, so there's that too. Plus, trying to get all the app demos in and keep regular viewing of stuff going on and keep motivated and all that kind of stuff. It's a thing, you know, and the last few weeks have been trying. So while this is cooling also, now that we've caught up with that, the bike. Let's talk about the bike. So yes, today finally got my bike. And we're going to go pick it up soon. It's currently 3:10. The bike place closes at 6. So I've got a fair bit of time to get there. So hopefully we're going to go and pick that up before 6. Ride it back to the train station. Jump on the train. Head home to close off this episode. And ride the bike home. So we're going to be testing it out in this episode. It means next week we can start doing Bike With Me. I've already got plans of places to go, so that's very exciting. And I won't have to rely so much on public transport, so that's kind of cool. The bike was over $400. It is what it is, you know. I wasn't expecting to get a bike for $200. It's a brand new bike, yeah. I'll be paying it off. It's an investment into the channel, you know what I mean? Plus, it's something that I can use to get around where I live, to go do grocery shopping. When I need to go to the doctor, I don't have to wait for a bus, just jump on the bike. I think the bike's going to be really beneficiary for me getting more healthy than just walking, because you exert a lot more energy on the bike, so there is that. I'm very excited for the bike. Not excited to pay it off. So here we've got this pie. So let me tell you what's on this pie. So it's cheese. They didn't have just a plain steak, yeah? For a fancy pie place like this, they're not just going to have plain steak. So it's Guinness, steak, and cheese. So I'm guessing you can see the cheese is here on the top, right? So there's the cheese on the top. It's really hot, really, really hot. So I'm going to probably turn it upside down. This is something you've probably never seen before, but we'll turn it upside down and then be able to take a bite and see what happens here. Oh, Jesus. That's not a shitty $7 pie. Oh my God, yum. So you'll see, it's a little bit hollow inside, right? But that filling, wow. Oh, wow. It's like seasoned, like way different than everything else that I've had today. The meat has huge chunks. I don't want to stick my finger in and burn my finger. Huge chunks of steak. It's got that Guinness flavour in there. So already, you know, but I would expect if they just did plain pies as well, it would be very nice. Let's have some water. So normally 3 bites and we're good, but I haven't really got, oh wow, if you can see that, you can kind of see the juice in there. Look how moist that is. That's so moist. Moist. A big moist pie. Oh wow, it's really nice. That is delicious. That's a gourmet pie right there. $13. Beef Guinness cheese. Do I need any more pies after this? Here's a problem. A lot of the places are closed, as I said, so it's late afternoon and not a lot of bakeries are going to be open. This place is even open for another hour and then they close. And this is in the middle of a shopping district in the middle of Collins Street. I forget what this is called, but yeah, so it's a huge area full of food and I don't know what else is here. All right, this is our gourmet from Pure Pie. Give it a score. 7.5. 7.5. I've had much better pies. That pie I had when I was in God, where was it? Out past Geelong, before we jumped on the ferry. Oh man, that pie out there was amazing. That was delicious, and that was only like $9. Now, sometimes you just, I'll tell you what you'll get a lot of country towns have really nice little bakeries. Tiny little country towns. Looking around the city is always going to be tough because everything's generic, yeah? So I'm going to eat a little bit more of this. Don't really want to throw away $13. This episode's already costing a fortune. A bike, 4 pies, what am I doing? And I'm going to decide where we're going to go next before heading to pick up the bike and getting out of here today. I think I've already walked about 6 kilometres. Not going to be a long episode, this one. This is what we like to call a transitional episode. Because next week's going to be like with me. And this is part of the transition of picking up the bike, eating some food while I'm in the city and all that kind of stuff. All right, have some water, finish this pie. Let's eat. I hate these things. I just feel like I'm going to get trapped in them. All right, let's oge. So right now I'm back on Collins Street after having that pie, but I give it a 7.5. Here's the deal, okay? She thinks I'm filming her. I'm filming myself. I love when people put their hands over their face like, don't film me. I'm not filming you, ridiculous person. So, 7.5. I'm not going to find any more pies today. We're done. 4 different places. That one was so moist, so delicious. It was perfect. It was everything I was looking for in a pie. It wasn't a 10. You're not going to get a 10. You know, it's hard to get a 10. But 7.5 was good enough. So, as I said, back out here on Collins Street, going uphill at the moment. The Southern Cross train station's just over here. And I'm heading over to the Yarra River. I'm going to do something I've never done before. Let's go up to the sky. Look at the state of that building there. I feel like I'm in Dubai. Incredible stuff. I remember when I was young, see this place here, the Great Southern Hotel. My mum used to work there for a very short period of time, probably only a couple of years if I remember correctly. I'm not sure what she actually did in there. She's probably doing housekeeping or something like that, I don't know. You know, different times. But there it is. Man, there are some beautiful buildings around here, including this one right here. I filmed this on another episode. It is just beautiful. Let's oge. Beautiful old buildings along here, and see these ones here, these really high density housing. This all used to be a car park when I was younger. We've got a train running over this bridge, so it's pretty loud. So yeah, up there, that used to be a car park. And down here, I'm not going to go down there because it's not going to exist. But there used to be a tattooist along here. Like not too far down, like just in one of these walls here. Really loud trains. Well, somewhere like around here, yeah? All closed in now. And I got my first nose piercing from a tattooist just there. I was underage, he shouldn't have done it, it was illegal. But he did it. And I got my first tattoo there as well too. And this leads back down to Flinders Street Station. This is the Crown Casino here. Huge building just there. We're going to be perhaps jumping in a huge building as well. What am I talking about? Well, we're going to walk along here, head back along towards Flinders Street. And this used to be the tallest building in Melbourne. It used to be called Menzies Rialto. I don't think it is anymore. I think there's a taller building. And I'm going to see if we can find it. So let's ouch. And back in the days, I don't know if they do this anymore, but see these towers here? I think they still do it at night time. These are waterfalls, and water runs down here and goes down these drains. And at the top of them, they shoot flames out at night. As well as up there, see that little basket thing there? They shoot flames out as well too. This is the Crown Casino. I mean, take a look at Melbourne. This is autumn. These leaves are starting to fall. They're obviously doing a good job of sweeping them up. And what a beautiful day. It's about 26 degrees. And you can see the trains running across there. They run into Flinders Street Station and back. There's the aquarium right there. What a fucking beautiful city, eh? So this old bridge here, this used to be a train line, and it used to come out from Flinders Street, which is just over there, and keep going out here and out through to St Kilda in South Melbourne. But this is long gone, and now they have light rail going out there. I love that they've kept this all in pristine nick. I really thought they were going to actually use it and build a kind of new bridge and let people walk over it. As you can see it over there. But what they did was instead, they built a whole brand new bridge right next to it to keep it all in great condition, heritage listed. And then there's this ugly thing going across. So here's the info, Australian history. It's the Sandridge Bridge. And yeah, used to go to St Kilda and Port Melbourne. Wow, look how big that is. That's huge. So many cool restaurants along here. This is South Bank. Look at this, it's just beautiful. What a great place to be able to chill in the late afternoon. Grab yourself a drink if you want one. You've got all the bars that are floating in the middle of the Yarra as well. A couple of those we've been to. We're getting close to our destination. Are you excited? Where are we going? I hope it's going to be all right. Changing plans on a whim, you know. That's That's what you got to do with these things. Sometimes you plan something, get out here, and it doesn't pan out. So on a whim, you got to come up with something cool. That's Oj. So where the fuck are we going? Let me show you. We're going up there. All the way up there. That is the Eureka Sky Deck. That's Oj. Wow. This map of the city looks wicked. That's pretty cool. Sky deck entry. Boom. Alright, let's do it. As I was coming up the lift, my ears popped so hard, it was brutal. So here we are, let's have a look. We can cover some of the places we've been to on Walk With Me. So over this side, this is the west side, and you can see the sun is setting in the west. Out here's the Yarra down below. Casino leads all the way out there and all the way out into that bay, which is where me and Brad went fishing, all the way out there. Pretty incredible stuff. Look at these views. Wait till we get around to the other side. So this cost me $31 to get in, and you can also do this thing called an edge walk, where you walk out on the edge. I was going to do it, but I can't take my camera out with me, so that sucks. What's the point of not being able to take my camera out? So this is the edge section here, which I was going to consider doing, and that's it there. So I didn't really miss out on too much. You can just get out there, you know what I mean? So this is outdoors. Let's try and get through this fence here. And you can see there, that is sprawling Melbourne. We've got the Yarra River down below here, the MCG, huge football ground out there, which I've taken you guys to many times. CBD over here, look how big that shit is, man. You can see the Yarra down below. We're on the 88th floor. There's the spire, the tower, the art centre tower down there. And of course the Botanical Gardens, which we took you on an adventure. So that's down there. This is the edge walk. So you can see these people doing the edge walk. You can't take your phone out there, which sucks. And I don't know what they do. They just bring you back in, kind of thing. Seems like a waste of $20 to me. Man, what a sight. So let's go back in. You've got a double door security here, so you got to wait for this door to shut and then do this. Beep. Right. Wow, what a view! Look at that. Amazing. We're up so fucking high. So you can see in the far distance the mountains. I live out like that way, out all the way out there. We're going to probably see where I live. There's a bar up here as well too. I should get a beer, shouldn't I? Just chill out. And the art centre down there, the spire, you can just see it. It's got this, and so there's a bar here as well. And there is Melbourne in all its glory. Hopefully we get a better shot of the city from here. How cool is this? Wow. Look at that. What a view. I've actually always wanted to do this and never done it. So who knew I was going to do this today? Now we're heading out to the western side. So as I said, I think it's $39 to come up here, an extra $20 to go on that edge ride as well. And you've got all these little binoculars and things you can look through. You know, it's not going to work for us per se. And this is the bay, yeah. So this leads out to Sorrento and all the other places I went to. Out there goes out back to Geelong, western suburbs, where me and Brad went off the, that's where we were fishing out there. The Westgate Bridge is out here, and we were fishing out there. Wow, just sick. So that was the observation sky deck at $40, $39 a ticket, 88 floors. It's massive, man. You can see the whole of the city. I was pretty blown away by that. Not the best for filming because glass and all that stuff, but whew, pretty cool, pretty cool. So it is past 4 o'clock and I probably should start thinking about getting back to get my bike. So let's do that. Let's Oge. So currently I'm walking along a street called City Road and it's very busy, always bumper to bumper around this time. It kind of runs behind the back of the Crown Casino and it is the sneaky way around the city, around the square that is Melbourne CBD. But I'm walking up here to try and get in some steps. I've already done 9 kilometers today, a bit over 11,000 steps, but I could have jumped in an Uber to get back to the bike shop, but you know what, let's just walk. It's a 20-minute walk. So there is that, not too far away. And we're going to ride the bike back to the station and head home. Another thing, I haven't done walk with me pretty much for like 4 weeks, you know. So I haven't been walking that much. Did a little bit with Brad, but it wasn't really a lot because Brad couldn't walk, so it was more Ubers and stuff. Funnily enough though, I'm still losing weight. Why is that? I just haven't been eating lately. So this is part of what's going on. I just can't seem to stomach food at the moment. Even those pies today, there's no way I was going to finish any of those. It's like my stomach has shrunk to nothing. I'm only having like 1 meal a day. I just can't get back into eating. Just did a big grocery shop and I'm just not interested in food. So there's that. So losing a bit of weight because of that. We're definitely in the bowels of the city at the moment. So let's cross here and Oge. Balloons now open. So we're here at 99 Bikes and I'm going to pick up this bike. Whew. Can't wait to get this thing. It's all paid for, just got to go and grab it, get my helmet and my bike chain and let's Oge. Oh yeah. Okay, so here is the bike, the brand new bike. It's a mountain bike hybrid. As you can see, gunmetal black, got a helmet, got a really thick chain. We're ready to go. I'm gonna get this helmet on, get this chain put in the bag, and we're gonna ride to the station. So that should be cool. We'll put the little neck mount on for now. We'll be able to put mounts on here, and this will be the new bike with me bike, or walk with me, bike with me, whatever it is. Let's oge! All right, we are officially off for the first time on the bike. And I've got the camera around my neck. And as we go on this week, I will get a little thing for the handlebars, so you can see me when I'm actually riding. I can flip the camera. So there's that. Wow, the thing moves. So yeah, I got myself a helmet and a bike chain. Definitely need some repair kits, puncture stuff. I can get that back at my house. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Not riding on the road at the moment. There's no bike lane out there. So I think we'll give that a miss. So this is what almost $500 will get you, because I had to get a helmet. I didn't want to risk going home without one and getting fined. That's the last thing I need right now, is a police fine. I'm just a little bit nervous too, because it's peak hour, and they recommend not to take a bike on peak hour trains. But there's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. I've got to get home. Now, this is by no means a top of the range bike. This is one of their own builds. It's got warranty. I can take it in to go get fixed in the next 3 months. So, all good. Pretty comfortable ride so far. Where are we here? We can go down this way. So this is where the Crown Casino is. So lead us back to Southern Cross Station. Let's just take the road for a sec. Surprising there's no bike lanes here. Melbourne's very bike lane friendly. Oh, man, this is awesome. Look, if it was a perfect world, I would love to be able to afford a hybrid electric bike, but this has already smashed my budget. I'm going to be paying this off for the next 8 weeks. Oh, joy. Let's jump back on the road here, on the footpath. Oh, we can make it. We can make it. We made it. Oge. So how's the view? Not too bad, I hope. Oh. So yeah, this is a hybrid mountain bike, road bike. It's got, you know, shock absorbers you can turn off. It'll get the job done. Oh. This is going to burn so many more calories than actually walking. I can already feel it. Oh. Oh. Bit of action for you all. Yeah, through the tunnel. And we're going to head to Southern Cross Station. It's the closest station to me right now. And hope we can get this bike on the train. Oh. And here we are at the end of episode 2, season 6 of Walk With Me. And do you feel moist? Moist, moist. Did you enjoy the horrible meat pies? I can't believe I possibly went to the 3 of the worst meat pie places around, and they were disgusting on so many levels, as you saw. And I had to go out of my way to actually go and find a genuine moist meat pie, and it cost what, $13? So there's that. After the moistness, or the lack of moistness, of those pies, we went up to that sky deck. That was pretty cool. I'd never been up there before. Didn't really translate the way I wanted to on film, but still really cool in person without the camera. So there's that. And I have to end with the bike. So clearly now Bike With Me is going to be a thing. We'll start off this week. I think the next episode, episode 3, we'll jump on the bike. Over this week, I'll try and get my body to get used to it, because muscles today are hurting in places I didn't know existed, thanks to that ride home, because this is the day after and I'm recording this final goodbye. So thank you for watching this kind of intermediate transitional period from walking to biking, going out, eating some pies, randomly going up in a tower episode. Please hit the like, do subscribe, all that kind of stuff to help out the channel. Thank you for supporting this show and the whole channel. As always, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Stay awake and let's Oj.